behaving like ninjas, happy holidays. Well, I have just one question. Why do people like Elf? I feel like I've been the victim of gaslighting since 2003. All around me, people were saying this new Will Ferrell flick will become a Christmas classic. I don't mean to be a contrarian. I need to know where the sense of merriment comes from when people watch this movie. Up until last weekend, I had never sat through the movie in its entirety. After watching Pitch Meeting by this beautiful bastard, I was determined to make it through at least one time, in the hopes that the redeeming qualities would come later. They did not. Let me be clear. I am a Will Ferrell fan. I love Anchorman 1 and 2. His part in Eastbound and Down was hilarious, and Talladega Nights is one of my favorite movies. Step Brothers is in there too, but I don't go as hard for it as others. But Elf is something different. You have a child raised by elves in the North Pole who know how to build everything from rocking horses to gaming consoles. Bob Newhart is Buddy's father. Considering everyone around him is a normal functioning humanoid, how in the hell does he wind up being a completely low functioning What? I can't say that? 2025? What can I say? How does he wind up so mentally stunted you expect him to be in a jail cell playing with his pet mouse next to a magical Negro? That's worse. I know there are farcical elements in this movie, like him walking all the way from the North Pole to New York, that you're not supposed to take seriously, but nothing in this movie seems to work like it would normally do in any other movie. He meets his dad for the first time and everyone in the office thinks he's a Christmas singing telegram or something. Instead of singing one of the hundreds of songs he must have learned in the North Pole from Christmas, he ad-libs one that explains how he is James Caan's son that he never knew and his mom gave away for adoption. Well, of course, that goes over just how you think it would. A big uncoordinated dummy shows up to your door at your place of business and says he's your illegitimate son who was given up for adoption and he loves you. Of course, he is thrown out of the building only to be bailed out very few scenes later by the same man. Caan didn't have any change of heart between scenes. He just does whatever the movie needs him to do to progress the story. After a DNA test proves Buddy is telling the truth about being Walter's son, everyone in Walter's life reacts the way no one would when meeting a grown-ass man they should all assume is crazy. We just met this man. Let's bring him into our house and go to sleep. Oh, look at that. He made a rocking horse out of our TV stand from tools we have no idea where he got. Should we bring this up later? Nah, it'll be fine. Also, Walter isn't played up as a bad father in any scene. He doesn't make it to everything his son does, sure, but I didn't hang out with my dad constantly and he wasn't some son of a Sure, he's a horrible businessman that thinks if he signs off on an incomplete printing of a book missing pages, it won't come back to bite him in the ass. By the way, it's a little late to proof the book after it's been bound and boxed. Yeah, I know. I'm nitpicking. Like the gynecologist said, I didn't mean to go that deep. There was one of those crossroad moments where Walter has to choose between his job and his son, but up till that point, there was nothing telegraphing this change in behavior. Out of nowhere, he turns into Ward Cleaver from 1962 and bails out on that job. What happened to that scene in every movie where the dad goes one step too far and is on the verge of losing their child forever? The grand sacrifice is supposed to come after that scene. While Walter was throwing his life away as his cartoonish boss frothed at the mouth, screaming behind him, "You'll never work in this town again!" I was thinking, how does Greenway Press's future hinge on one children's book? Don't publishers put out hundreds of books per year? I know that, and I consume all my media through TikTok, YouTube, and podcasts. I tried suppositories, but my comprehension went right to the shitter. Zooey Deschanel is the love interest, but Buddy doesn't actually do anything to woo her in the whole movie besides take her to a coffee shop and show his ignorance, drag her from corner to corner looking at Christmas trees like a 7-year-old. If you are 2003's Viggo Mortensen fresh off of Lord of the Rings, you can drag a bitch through Brooklyn gutters and she'll still ask you, in what alley are you going to show me where the real magic happens? But this is a big doofus who thinks he's an elf, has no money, doesn't understand how bathroom showers work, and his game is walking around town mouth agape, peeping the foliage, and somehow this results in ass. I have to go back in time and tell myself to keep up with the D&D. Apparently women love it when you pretend to be an elf. Sitting with the clan, I watched Elf and no one laughed until the 40-minute mark. That's pretty deep into a comedy for your first knee slapper. Before I made this video, I had second thoughts. Maybe like many comedies, it's a product of its time and should be appreciated through the old nostalgia glasses. Is this white people's Blazing Saddles? No, Blazing Saddles is for everyone, and even for a Christmas movie, this ain't it. Thanks for watching. Don't think I didn't notice my new subscribers. As for the next time you need your entertainment news or movie reviews, don't look out the window, don't look under the bed, look to the shadows, and... Beckett!